This is NBC4's The Spectrum with Colleen Marshall.
He knows he will not get the endorsement of Donald Trump, but Republican Matt Dolan still believes he can get your vote. Welcome to The Spectrum. I'm Colleen Marshall. Dolan is a state senator. He is a lawyer, and his family owns the Cleveland Guardians. When the baseball team changed its name last year, Trump found that unforgivable and promised Dolan would never get his endorsement. But Dolan is nonetheless getting some other powerful endorsements, and he has the most cash on hand, more than $10 million. And he says that's one of the things giving him an edge.
The majority of that is money that I invested in myself, because when I go to talk to people, I'm talking about my time, my treasure, and my talent that I'm investing, because this is how important this race is for Ohio.
Dolan is convinced he's got momentum, as evidenced by the endorsement he picked up from the Franklin County GOP. What do you think sets you apart for Franklin County? Because that's a pretty big endorsement to have all the Republicans here in Franklin County saying you're our guy.
It's the largest, much to my chagrin, because Cuyahoga County used to be. We're the second largest now, but it's the largest county of registered Republicans in the state. Again, I think it's because when I talk to folks about what it means to be a United States Senator, they want to know you're going to go and fight for Ohio. And I have the only one that has any experience in this race that could say, look, I have been fighting for Ohio. The issues that matter to you, the economy, safety, security, border, United States standing in the world, those are the issues I've been working on in the Ohio Senate, and they can easily see that I am passionate about it, I'm knowledgeable about it, and that's what we need to do. Send somebody to Washington who's going to get things done.
Dolan says Ohio voters remain focused on two issues: the economy, linked to what he calls the crippling Biden inflation, and security.
They want to know that who's coming into our country. Securing the border is paramount, but also making sure we're secure in our neighborhoods, making sure that we understand that our police are not the problems for increased violence. It's criminals that are responsible for the violence, and the police sacrifice each and every day to keep us safe.
Dolan plans to extensively travel the state, trying to distinguish himself in that very crowded Republican field. Ironically, being the only candidate who is not spending time courting the Trump endorsement might work to his advantage in this very pro-Trump state. I spoke to Chuck Todd a week or so ago, and he said he's keeping his eye on you.
The candidate I'm most intrigued about, though, is Dolan. And it's for this reason, Colleen. He's the only one not trying to tack that far to the right. In a super crowded primary where 25% might win it, is he in the best position?
What do you think of that?
Well, I think that's right. I think it's going to beyond just, it's not just me and those who are trying for Trump's endorsement. It's me as the only candidate that is really working hard on fighting for Ohio. So that's what's going to distinguish me.
Dolan says you will see a lot of him heading into the primary on your television, your computer, in your mailbox, and maybe knocking at your front door. He says he's not running as the Trump candidate, but as the Ohio candidate. Do you consider yourself to be more of a moderate Republican than maybe a far-right Republican?
I don't put labels on it. I mean, if you want reduced taxes, I've lowered your taxes 48% in Ohio. If you want reduced regulations, I've done it. If you want expanded school choice, I've done it. So I think I have really smart conservative results that have made Ohio a better place to live and work. As I said, my focus is Ohio.
Results from a new independent poll show that undecided voters might be more likely to back Dolan than other Republican candidates. Last week, the Trafalgar Group surveyed more than 1,000 voters. Josh Mandel still the front runner, but that lead is tightening. Mike Gibbons in second, picking up 4.5 points since the last poll in December. And Dolan, the biggest riser, up nearly 5% in just 2 months.